Hey everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny and welcome to Relentless and Unstoppable. We have another amazing guest coming on the channel today, so please hit like and subscribe. And after this episode, please stay tuned to the RNU channel for more amazing guests. Let's get this on!
Hey everybody, how you doing? Just a quick little share of why I started Relentless and Unstoppable. It was for one very simple reason, because of Doug Kenny. Nothing to do with me at all, zero. I was just coaching Doug, and he took on the coaching and mentoring, and he made all the changes. He took all the suggestions from his parents as well as my coaching, but it was all about Doug, his breakthrough and his weight loss, his willingness to accept that he is dealing with high functioning autism and other issues, but he's never quit, he's never given up. So we did one interview with him to share his story, and then we decided to start interviewing other people. And Doug has now taken over the whole channel, and he does all the interviews, he runs everything. He's just an amazing young man. So RNU was born from simply what an amazing young man Doug is, and his story needed to be shared.
Yeah, that happens. But yeah, so anyway, what are your hopes for the future aside from these documentaries? What impact do you want to leave on the world?
Look, one of my sayings is life is about making memories and leaving legacies. So legacies with my kids, memories with my kids. I'm just going to try to live as healthy and fit as I can for as long as I can. And I want to make more short movies. I want to make more film. It's really hard to get your stuff out there sometimes being an independent filmmaker. It's very expensive. I just want to grow my YouTube channel, just grow everything, and I'm not really putting too much pressure on myself because I can sit back and watch the kids grow up, and I want to do more sport and try new things. I'm just going to try as many new things as I can. It's like last night when I went to the DJ gig, I will drive in or ride in, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? I've never actually got on the Harley, rode to an event, got off and DJ'd. I've never done that, so I'm doing it. So last night I rode in there, pulled the bike up out the front of the venue, parked on the footpath, went in there, did some DJing, and rode home last night at 10 o'clock. And it's something I've never done before, so I really wanted to do it. So I've got a bucket list I want to start doing. I want to go snowboarding. That's on my list. Just stuff I really enjoy doing. I skateboard and I surf, and I horse ride, so I want to do more of that and just enjoy life, spend more time with the kids and grandkids, and academically do more stuff. And it's so cool that even my grandkids go, they're not surprised what I do anymore. Pop's doing this or Dad's doing this, like my kids go, what are you doing this week? Something crazy. I think life's too precious, and the things we take for granted are water, oxygen, and time. So I'm not going to waste that time. I'm just going to do as much as I can and try to leave as big a legacy as I can. And if it's going to be with my film, the short movies are a passion to me. If I can get this screenplay finished and get this short movie in production, the bullying and suicide one, that'd be great. Like I said, I'm going to uni this year to do film and digital media. I've picked the part-time option of the 6 years because I've got the use of the uni equipment, and filmmaking is very dear. And so if I can get young minds out of there and help me bring my movies to light, that will be good. So the good thing about the clothing company, people know it, and it's everywhere around the world. I sell it everywhere. And the movies, I think my short film on YouTube at the moment, it's got 20,000 views. So that means 20,000 people have watched it. My documentary's only got about 5,000 views. My music video's got about 17,000 views. So there's just you just getting into everything and leaving your mark behind. And if I can help one person with my documentary or one person with my short films because they've all got messages, that's great. Just living life. That's all I'm really want to do at this point.
Yeah, that's really great that you're going to leave that impact, because trust me, you will. If you got 20,000 people, I can only imagine the next 10 years.
Yeah, well, it's 20,000 views on my short film. I find it cool because I sit back and go, well, 20,000 people have watched that. And even my music video has got a story, it's got a message in it. So everything I do has got a message in it. I wrote a music video for a friend of mine, gave me the music, said, I want a storyline music video. I come up with the storyline in my head. We filmed it, we put it out there, we sent it to him. He loved it. It's on his channel. He's got like 30,000 views on it already on his channel, but I've also released it on my channel. I looked at his channel the other day. I think he's up to 30,000 views, and I'm in that one. My son's starring in that one, and so that's had a lot of impact too. People have actually wrote to me and said that meant a lot to them, that music video. So everything's got a message, everything's got a story. I sort of want to put my creative spin on things, but also make it meaningful. So it's doing something. It's not just, it's not going to be no music videos about shooting and stabbing and hoeing around and that sort of stuff. I want them to actually have a message and people to think about it.
Yeah, good on you, man. So where can people find you?
Well, 12 Gauge Media Productions on YouTube. Hopefully we get up to 1,000 followers. I only got 600 followers, but it's not too bad. And on Instagram, it's 12 Gauge Clothing. So they're my biggest things, 12 Gauge Clothing on Instagram, and YouTube, 12 Gauge Media Production, and it's GAGE, so, as it is behind me. So a lot more to come this year. Hopefully I'll get to the States one day, get over there. That'd be good. I'd like to do a bit of riding over there and catch up with some people.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
definitely.
So, there's plenty of stuff in the future. It's definitely definitely writing and directing is a big part, and I want to continue that as best I can. And I'll go to uni part time and see how it goes. The one thing about with my reading problem, I sort of doubt myself a lot. I go, I'm not going to apply for uni. It wanted the written assessment to see if I was academically to get in. I freaked out. I can't write. And then I went to one open day for another uni in Brisbane, and one of the lecturers said, well, rather than handing in, you could do a verbal sort of study thing, because I know how to speak and I know where I want. It's just going from here to here. And then it was a private uni, and then there's another uni I'm going to. I told them what they thought, and I worked with the Renaissance officer, and that said, yeah, no, we'll put it in place. So don't be scared to ask these people. Rather than giving up and doubting yourself, just tell them, yeah, I've got a learning difficulty. Don't be ashamed of it. I can do everything here. It's just the writing part of it. And I think I haven't done a lot of things in my life because I thought, oh, I can't do it because I can't read and write. So I won't be accepted. I can't sit down and write this if I go to a job or something like that. I just can't do it. So I never tried. But now I try. I just tell them, well, I can do the job. I'm not very good at reading and writing. But I think since I've been honest and open about my learning difficulty, more doors are opened. So it's sort of so don't give up. And it's another big thing. I've got so many things I want to advocate, but the biggest thing is don't give up. Give stuff a try. You'll never know. So back to uni, or to uni this year, and we'll see where that takes me.
Yeah, for sure. My struggle with my learning disability, one of the big ones was math. And my struggle was so bad with math that when I was in geometry in my junior year, I was instructed by my teacher, to make a rap based on the concepts of what we studied. And I did not understand it at all back then, although I'm getting it a lot better now when I look up the terms and all that. But it was, my struggle was so bad that when it was time for me to do my rap, I had to make it up on the spot in order to get anything out of it.
Yeah. Did your school pick up on it? Like, I went through the whole of primary school and pretty much first bit of high school. No one knew that I had a reading and writing problem. I didn't pick up on it. My school did not pick up on it at all. I went through the whole primary school, which is, I think it's, I don't know what you call it, prep or junior high over there or something. I went through the whole lot and no one knew that I had a learning difficulty.
Yeah, people knew about it. People knew about my learning disability just because when I grew up, autism and all that was starting to be well known and studied and understood better. But yeah, when I made up that rap, though, my geometry teacher, Mr. White, he knew that I made it up on the spot. He made an educated guess, but I gave him something, so he had to give me something out of it, and I ended up getting an 80.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, but I could see all over his face as I was performing that he knew that I was making it up. And at the end, when the class all applauded and cheered, I looked over to him, and Mr. White sort of had the attitude of, I know what happened. I know you didn't plan for this at all. He didn't say it, but I could see it on his face, you know?
Look, I think the best interviews and the best anything is off the cuff. I think if I write something down, I'll be like, if I'm just popping into my head and saying it as I feel it, that's always the best outcome for me. So I don't really prepare speeches or doing it. It's just off the cuff. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but that's just the way I roll now. I'm not going to sort of script everything down. I'd end up more of a nightmare if I script it down and do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So that's all I have for now, but I thank you for coming on, Darryl.
Yep, no worries. Well, we'll talk again in the future. Got a lot more planned this year, so we'll catch up again. And it's been a pleasure talking to you again. It's been a minute, but I'm sure we'll catch up again.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this year I'll buy some clothing off of you for a friend for Christmas, I think.
Done.
Yep, because I know someone who would probably like that kind of design.
Well, that's awesome. All right, well, thank you very much, and we'll catch up in the future. Say hello to Andy for me.
Definitely will. He says hi, Andy.
All right, my friend.
All right. So everybody, I'd like to thank Diamond Darryl for coming on to Relentless and Unstoppable. You all keep being resilient as he is, and we'll see you next time on the next episode.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.